we'll start off with the big one. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I will say my opinion, match of the night, maybe match of the year. One of John Cena, if not greatest matches of all time. There were so many cool spots in this match. We'll talk about the hardcore aspect. I'll give my take on that, but I'll let you guys go ahead first.
I had zero expectations for this match. I did not think it was going to be good. I honestly thought it was going to be the opposite. I thought the Punk fight was going to be a little bit better than it was, and I thought this was just going to like close out the night. I was very surprised. I was on my feet a couple times thinking that it was over, and they pulled it back and it kept going.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I thought this was going to be wasn't expecting much. And I think this was Cena's best match in 10 years.
I was just going to say, it's some of the best stuff I've seen Cena do in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I mean, so I grade this match two ways. From like a work rate, I think it's Cena's best match in 10 years. Hell of a match. You could just put it on silent, and it's a great match. It really is. It's a great match. But then you add all the special elements of it being Cena's final SummerSlam, Cody, and then with the Brock at the end, I think this puts this into one of the best SummerSlam matches of all time.
Yeah. I think there was the one moment in the match, too. Nobody talked about it yet, but when John Cena came up from the stage with Cody on his shoulders,
yes,
the lights shut.
That was dope.
That was a six.
They had me when Cena came out with his like, "I'm a good guy again." He goes, "You ready to run? Let's do this." I can't believe you didn't watch, Jeremy.
Dude, I played soccer last night, and I got home at like 9:30.
Who's more important, John Cena or soccer? That's not a true.
Can watch it.
But yeah, so super cool match. One of the things I want to get into a little bit there too is we were talking about the hardcore stuff, right? I think this is a perfect example of how you still do a hardcore match or a street fight without, sticking screwdrivers in people's knees. Yeah. And, hitting people in the head with an ice pick and light tubes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think this was a great example of how you do it. I don't think anybody bled even. I mean, it was really good, really clean. And again, that's not a knock on AEW. I like it's creative. I mean, it's a criticism for AEW, but this is kind of how you do it. I think it's too much with that other stuff. This was a perfect example of that.
I completely agree. This is how the big boys do it. Sorry, AEW. When you start using hypodermic needles in your match, it's disgusting. It turns me off. I don't want to see people go through glass. I don't want to see people on thumbtacks. I don't like it. I want to be there for a story.
GCW is for at this point.
Yeah, I hate that type of wrestling. I do not like deathmatch wrestling. Yeah, I understand. No. Some people, that's an art into its own. Some people really like that, and
which I find is funny from you that you're really not a big fan of it because you're a huge horror fan. So
I knew you were going to say that.
You don't like this.
That's where he gets that.
Surprised me.
But I separate it with my wrestling. Like my wrestling is my.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Go to the gym, tough guy. And the horror is more like I just love horror movies.
You love Rob Zombie, which is like all of his movies are just that.
I know. They're the worst.
I thought of it this exact same way too. Is like horror. So I thought of Cody and Cena as like The Exorcist. There's like some moments that are uncomfortable and stuff. And then the stuff AEW is doing is kind of like Human Centipede. You know what I mean? Like it's just grotesque for the sake of being grotesque.
Yeah. And I hate it, but one of my favorite movies of all time is The Devil's Rejects. So
yeah, same.
I'm an House of a Thousand Corpses. Like
I love Halloween too. I love all the songs.
That was great.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people like Halloween too.
I enjoyed their rendition of Halloween.
I could have done without the unicorn situation.
The ghost scenes were a little too much on the Sherry Moon.
But yeah, back with the Cena and Cody stuff, like Cena went face all of a sudden on SmackDown. And And I thought for sure it was a ruse. I even commented on some wrestling pages.
Yeah.
So anybody that liked my comment, I'm sorry. But I thought for sure he was going to, something was going to happen. He was still going to be a heel. But what I do like about it is like they knew the John Cena heel thing wasn't really working the way it wanted to. It had moments that like with Punk was I thought was great. The stuff with Randy Orton I think was great. But they realized and they pivoted, right? Maybe it was a quick pivot and that's not maybe the best. But we're watching this for fun, right? It's wrestling. It's supposed to be fun. So if you need to pivot and you pivot that quick, who cares? Like I see people criticizing that. Who cares? We got probably one of the greatest matches John Cena ever put on. This was the match that should have happened at WrestleMania. And it paid off. So I think who cares with that SmackDown stuff where he turned face? It worked out. And then it led to obviously what happened after the match. Brock Lesnar returns. And I think this was probably, I know the Rollins thing was shocking. This was more shocking to me because nobody saw it coming.
Which I think is funny that they're, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, anyone that tells you they know, besides, I would say like 1% of the population is lying. Nobody knew this was coming. There was a slight hint of a whisper of a rumor, but nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Yeah, because I'm surprised they're pushing it towards Cena. This is at least what it seems like it is, because the last match he had was with Cody, so that could have been a really good pickup where they left off situation. But I guess they're trying to build a bigger story to send off Cena. I don't really know.
You know what I read? I read Triple H kind of told Cena, "Hey, this is your last year. What do you want to do?"
Yeah,
and he wanted to work. He wanted to work with Lesnar, so that was one of the factors of bringing Lesnar back in. Because Cena wants to work him.
And it was funny because they knew it was going to be a problem because everybody else had their interviews afterwards. Everybody did their own. And Triple H did Brock Lesnar's because he was trying to damage control the situation and keep it focused on what is going on right now.
And as much as the wrestling community that I love, where we're all eating together, I hate the part that can't enjoy it for what it was and is souring the moment with all the negative comments online. Enjoy it. It was a great moment. Have fun. This is what we're here to have fun. That's why we love wrestling.
I'm not a huge Brock Lesnar fan, and I even enjoyed that moment.
Right. And people are trying to take it for, read it, look at the real life aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it's not meant to. It's a word for a reason,
Yeah, I'm a huge Brock Lesnar fan. I think I've made this clear. I had Brock Lesnar's UFC shirt, for Christ's sakes. But when he came out last night and I heard that first note of the music hit, I marked out like a kid, man. I'm 41 years old. I shouldn't be doing this. But that was awesome to me. And I know, there's a stuff behind the scenes. He wasn't
Kids can do that at our age.
There was again no criminal charges against him. It's a civil suit, whatever.
Right.
And there's a lot of criticism
implemented in
online. Right. Like TKO has a huge legal department. If there was anything that kind of would have led to him being convicted 100%. Of something, he would not be back. So I just want to say that piece. Just enjoy it for what it is. He's not convicted of anything. He's not implicated in anything as of right now. So he's back.
Right.
I don't think he's going to be back for a long time. He'll probably have just like, I think Charlie, you said that Cena wanted him. So he's going to get that match. Maybe he'll get a couple more. It'd be cool to see if he does. I'd love to see him like go against Gunther. Maybe get another Randy match, kind of like stuff like that. Be really cool. I don't think he's going to be around for long, but it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter what anybody really thinks because he brings in money. You're going to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Brock is
Absolutely.
there.
Love him or hate him, you're going to watch.
Exactly.
Listen.
And go ahead.
Put bums in seats.
I popped like a little kid too. Kate just fell asleep, and I was like, when his music hit, I was like, oh, I was like, Joe's freaking out right now. So I thought of you, Joe.
I appreciate that. And I will say one last piece on him. I'm going to mark out on Brock Lesnar a little bit more, but it's hard to. It's crazy to say this, but I don't think he's looked more of a badass than he does right now. And he's 40-something, 50 years old almost.
I saw his daughter recently got married to. He was like a D2.
I thought they got dating.
Imagine their offspring. Imagine.
Not that people are already calling claims on the baby for football player. People are like, the NFL teams are like, I get dibs on the first boy. We know what genetics are going to win there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that kid is gonna be a monster.
A beast.
That's putting a wig on Brock Lesnar, basically.
All right, take it easy.
Miles Lesnar would whoop you in a fight. I'd be careful what you say.
Yes.
I know he does, but she is the spitting image of her father.
I'm saying Maya Lesnar, his daughter, would whoop you.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so that was the main event. We'll get into the next one. I think this was probably the other one for match of the night, the TLC match. Oh, wait, let me go back 1 second. We had this match. Jeremy picked John Cena on this one, so we all picked.
I picked
Cody
him because I love John Cena. That was it. If I didn't stick with my heart on that one, I would have had the clean sweep without the tiebreaker.
All right. So TLC match. We all but one picked the Wyatt Six. So Kathy picked Andrade and Phoenix, but this was a crazy match too. If that Cody John Cena match doesn't happen, this was match of the night. Again, another one that could be match of the year, but this was incredible. I was really shocked by some of the stuff.
Yeah. This is Jeremy's favorite match, so I'll leave it up to him to start. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks.
Did you even
Really
watch
digging
it?
your grave. Charlie's digging his grave so much more now.
You want me to tell you out? You want me to tell you
Yeah, I
out?
would appreciate it.
Okay. Now, Jeremy, you will like this match because you do like TLC matches. When you have a chance to watch it, it's action packed. There's
I plan
so
on
many.
watching it tonight.
Yeah, you'll like it because you are a fan of that. Edge, Hardy Boy, Dudley style.
No
There's
way.
that. Yeah, really? Taken up to the next level. It's nonstop spots. It's action packed. It was a phenomenal match. And like I knew the Wyatt Six, but they made me. I thought they could have lost at times. I could have seen them losing, but it was overall it was a great match. I will highly recommend you watch it. You'll like it.
Yeah, and I think there's
I
a
need to
couple.
watch it tonight. Because I'm off tomorrow.
So yeah, it bails you out.
Couple people I'll call out in this match. Nathan Frazier from Axiom. I think every time I saw him, he was taking some monstrosity of a bump.
Yeah.
And then also, who was it? Angelo Dawkins took the Spanish fly from Ray Phoenix outside the ring through tables. And Angelo Dawkins is probably like 270 pounds. So he took that.
Are they breaking up the street? Are they breaking up the Street Profits?
They've said that for years and it hasn't happened. I don't know. We'll see. It's a good question. But
I mean, they've had the same gimmick for a long time, so I mean, eventually it's got to do something.
They had that argument where he just like walked away. I think one of them is the Shawn Michaels and one of them is the Marty Jannetty, and everyone kind of sees.
Yeah. Montez Ford, I think we talked about this on another episode, but Montez Ford is clearly a star whenever he wants to break up that tag team. He's a main event guy.
I think he probably feels like if you ever one of the best wrestling books I ever read was Bret Hart. And he talks about him wanting to break away from Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And Anvil asked him, no, we're not ready. Not yet. Because he knew that was kind of going to be the biggest he got. And Bret knew he was going to be a star. So I could see maybe there's a little of that. But eventually the office is going to yank the star. That's why there's, like we said last week or the week before, there's very few tag teams left that have the same outfits, that come out to the same music, because they're so willing to push the star. So
you brought up another good point. Shout out to Ray Phoenix and Andrade, who were just partnered as a team and then matching gear. At least same colors.
It makes such a difference. It makes such a difference.
They don't have a same entrance yet, but they had the same gear, and that's important.
Yeah.
And Wyatt Six win that. So moving on to the women's title match, the triple threat. So Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky opened up the night. Naomi retains. Again, this was a really cool match too. Naomi did some cool stuff. She did some like Matrix-esque slides on her knees, under kicks and stuff, which I thought was really cool. But I think the right person retained, that it was Naomi. And just one other point I'll make is her dad was playing guitar.
Yeah, I was going to say that was really cool.
Yeah, so I'll open up to you guys.
I don't know if you know this, Kathy, or not, but is he a famous musician? Or
He's one of those he's famous, has played with a lot of famous people, but unless
Like,
you're
he's
like
like
really, really into it, you don't know who he is. Type
So he's
of
probably
guy.
like a session player, like he plays on albums.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he's played with Hendrix. He's played with a bunch of
wow.
other people. Like he has a really good resume. You just have no idea who he is.
Yeah, because I mean, I was really impressed. That guy could shred.
Yeah.
And that was a really cool moment for her. And I agree with Joe. That's the logical story that you want to tell, and it makes sense for Naomi to win the match. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was okay. I thought her coming out at her dad with the guitar was the coolest part.
It's interesting with Rhea.
Yeah, I was.
Go ahead,
Yeah, I was gonna say I was surprised it was the opening of the night because of who was in it. I thought it should have been at least second or third. I thought. I mean, I guess you try to open it with as much as you can, but Rhea is on fire, and I just felt like this didn't really do much for her.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say.
True.
It's interesting to see who Rhea is when she's not champion. What are her storylines? Where does she go? Because like the live thing is over. She's not champion.
Yeah. Right.
So what is Rhea
Right.
without that? So it'll be interesting to see going forward.
And like you said, we'll obviously get into it in the Unreal or Uncut, whatever it's called. That's the whole first episode is like
Her, yeah.
how hard they're pushing her, why they're pushing her, and where is she going.
I think she's got a lot of self-confidence. I mean, not to play shrink, but from watching the Unreal, did you see how many times Triple H had to say, like, you got this, don't get in your own head.
Yeah.
But we'll talk
So I think
about more of that.
A lot of real life.
All right, and for that one, we all had Naomi. So we'll move on to the next one, the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. And this pretty much just felt like I heard somebody else say it, so I'm going to steal it. A love letter to Eddie Guerrero. It was Eddie Guerrero all over it. So,
and the commentators the whole time were like, oh, look, they did that. He did that. Eddie did this. Eddie did that. Like they just said his name every chance that they could.
We had it on mute for a second because we were talking to somebody, and I was like, oh, that's Eddie Guerrero's gear that he's wearing. I didn't even need the announcers to say it. It was so iconic, Eddie, and just the whole match was great. Yeah, I don't know who said it, but that is the perfect phrase. A love letter, Eddie Guerrero, who's one of the best wrestlers of all time, top 10 for me.
Yeah,
we were split. We were down the middle on this one.
Yeah,
we were 2-2. So
yeah, I think Jeremy and I had Dom. You guys had AJ, but yeah, just cool spots in there. We talked about this again. Maybe WWE hears us. I think Charlie, you talked about the taking the boot off, unlacing the boot. They did that in the match. Then you had that fake chair shot moment, which AJ kind of played back and put the chair on his own head. So that was cool. And then AJ came out with the lowrider with his son, which was a cool moment. Maybe we'll see AJ's son in the ring sometime. But yeah, truly just a love letter to Eddie, and Dom gets the win. I think that probably made the most sense anyway. I don't know where he goes next, probably.
The issue I had with it is I feel like AJ came out fucking hard in the beginning of the match, and then it just kind of just dwindled out after that. He threw him on the ground, like he hurt him in that first move, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. And then it just dissipated after that.
It would be really cool to see in my eyes.
What's
to get a huge feud between Dom and Jey Uso.
It's possible. Jey Uso's not in the title picture right now.
What about Jimmy Uso? Big Jim.
Jimmy too, but you got to start out a little bit more and then work it in there.
Yeah. That'd be a tough one for fans. That's it.
I feel bad for Jim. I feel bad for Jimmy. That's all.
Well, that would like.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that would tear fans in half a little bit. Who's choosing Jay? Who's choosing Dom? So that'd be a good one.
I got to tell you, Dom's over like heck.
Yeah.
We weren't there for his match, but everyone, when they played promos, when Dom would come on, they would all cheer. Dom's over.
And he's going to be challenging for the AAA title too. He's going to have, I guarantee you, he's winning that belt, and he's going to be walking around with two belts, the AAA and the Intercontinental title. He's going to be at another level at that point. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. The only reason I can't fully love him is because I don't know if his shit with CM Punk is real or not. because he was
I
like,
doubt it.
Punk had the comment. Well, then Bravo and them. It's funny. Punk had the comment saying, if you want to keep wrestling not like looking like shoot, why have a goddess like Rhea Ripley with a dork like Dominic? And Dominic responded with, "If no, here's how you make it look really fake. Go out and fight in the UFC and get your ass kicked twice, and then come back and tell everyone you're such a badass." So bravo to them if they could talk that much level of shit and be cool with each other.
I think it's a work. They're both kind of trolls, so I think
yeah. And I think because he's second generation, I think he gets it. CM Punk's probably known them since he was a kid, so bravo to them.
Get shots at each other left and right just to piss each other off.
Yeah,
it's like us, Jeremy.
Exactly.
All right, and then we got, and preface this, these were probably the two worst matches of the whole card, which makes me sad. So we had the United States Championship, which was Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob loses. I think we all had Jacob on this. I led you wrong on my Samoan oracleism. But it just, I don't know. That ending was not good. Solo kind of
it ended, and I didn't realize it ended. Like, right. I wasn't really paying attention for a second, and then I went, "Wait, hold on, it's over," and then that was it.
Charlie's got his glasses on. I'll let him go before I say my piece.
All right, shade. Here's the shade.
I get to give my comment to Jeremy for not really knowing what's going on, but just waiting in the line, going, "What is it cool now to be Samoan?" Because everyone was. And that made me pop more than like almost everything else. I guess everyone that was somewhat Mexican or anything. They were definitely trying to act Samoan.
They were trying to be Samoan.
Yeah.
A lot of Ulafalas, a lot of fake tattoos.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, like I love Jacob. He's my favorite wrestler right now, but I just want him to move on from this. I wanted him to win it and be done with this. Now this is going to drag on, and like, where does it go from here? I don't know.
Yeah, everybody got involved. It was a whole big thing.
Yeah, just move on from it.
What could they stretch it out to War Games? I hope not.
Maybe, yeah, could be.
But what else do you do? I hate that because you're keeping Jacob back.
Exactly, that's my point. It's like Jacob, we know he's over. Like, give him that push to something else. This just feels flat right now because it's just continuing and dragging on. It's like when I said a long time ago, like DOA versus Los Boricuas. You saw it every week. It was the same thing. It's starting to feel like that. And then we'll go into the other one, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We had Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Charlie had Lyra, and the rest of us had Becky. So Charlie got that one wrong. But yeah, this was there were good moments. I will give Lyra credit because she wrestled half that match with her hand zip tied, and she did some great. She did a moonsault with her hand zip tied and stuff. But then there was a point where like her hands came out and she had to put them back in the zip ties.
Yeah.
And then when she was supposed to get out, she couldn't break it. So, and then the Bailey stuff. I'm gonna stop. I'll let you guys go because I could say a lot.
Listen. I think the crowd was kind of dead. I don't think. I thought Lyra was over more than she really had all. I mean, Becky still has star power, but it's not Becky from old. It was just I've seen this match. I've seen this match a dozen times. I don't need to see it again. And the stuff with Becky, I didn't care for. I think this is the worst match of the whole pay-per-view.
Yeah, and everybody knew Bailey. Like, that wasn't this big surprise. Like, anybody that follows even a little bit knew that was coming. And so I don't think it went over as well as they had hoped it would. And it just kind of just meshed in with the rest of the match. It wasn't this big pop that I think they wanted.
I think that's the part that ruined it too. Is like you don't know what side Bailey's on, and that's what didn't make it clear, right? She kind of beat up Becky and then maybe didn't accidentally hit Lyra. Maybe we'll find that out. I don't know. Raw's on now. We don't even know. But
it's a cheap finish. It's a low blow finish. It's a knock the ref out finish.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I think everybody involved in that is way more talented than that story should be. And it just kind of
I was disappointed.
Yeah. Becky wins.
Agreed.
Again, there were some cool spots, but wasn't great. And we'll see where that goes. Maybe Lyra turns heel. Now that Bailey hit her, we maybe see Lyra turn heel and get a little more vicious. Who knows? But we'll see. Maybe it happened already on Raw. I don't know. And that was all of SummerSlam.